Mhm.
Hi, everyone. My name is Christina, and I am an alternative dispute resolution divorce coach. I'm coming to you today as part of this series, which is highlighting the role of divorce professionals and their specialties. So today I have Jennifer Doyle Vancil, who's a strength-based career coach. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much, Christina. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first question I have for you is, can you tell us a little bit more about what you do as a strength-based career coach?
Absolutely. So, as a person who has experienced divorce myself, I know that sometimes it brings a lot of career transition. And so, when I'm working with people who are going through that, in as a strengths-based coach, I first help someone understand what their strengths are. You can see the words on my screen. Those are my top 10 strengths. I use the Clifton Strengths Assessment, used to be called Strengths Finder, if you're familiar with that, and really help people understand and embrace that they have inherent value, that they have strengths that maybe someone has told them were weaknesses, but actually they have strengths that they can lean into. And that is really the basis for good career development work. So I help people to explore careers that fit, looking back at their skills, their education, and their strengths, what kind of industries, what kind of roles, what fits them. And then also, it's really important to look at their values and their needs financially, from childcare to scheduling to location. Sometimes people are moving, they're in some kind of transition. So, understanding what someone needs, the career exploration part, I love to do. And then I help people to create their materials, resume, cover letter, LinkedIn for those who can do LinkedIn. I recognize some people, for safety reasons, don't want to do that, but for those who can, um, to leverage social media in their personal branding way, but definitely a strong resume, a strong cover letter, and then helping them through the job search process. So, what's the role of networking? How to be proactive? How to react well to job postings? How to interview well? How to tell your story, even if you've been through a life change or you haven't been working for a while. I recently helped someone who had been out of the workforce for 20 years, and that story is different than someone who's working a corporate job and just transitioning for a promotion. So, telling your story well, telling your story with confidence, and then how to negotiate, especially if you haven't done that before, really supporting people in negotiation that gets them a fair salary, benefits that they need. So, it's the exploration, it's the materials, personal branding, and then the job search itself, and hopefully helping people land a job that will fit them. That's my joy.
Oh, I love that. And a couple things jump out to me. The first is, often when people are going through divorce, there's that overwhelm. And what we try to help clients do is make informed, intentional decisions. And
Mm,
I love the information that you are working to bring out for them, because then they can make informed, intentional decisions about the career move that they're going to
yeah,
make. And then also just the way that you help people with the paper that basically has to be developed, the resume, the cover
yep,
letter,
yeah,
the accounts on LinkedIn and whatever else. Sometimes that is just so hard in the overwhelm of divorce. So to have your support, that's just amazing. So thanks for
yeah.
sharing.
Oh, absolutely. I'd be happy to help any of your clients that have needs for career transition or job search support.
Very nice. And then the next question I have for you is, what is likely going on in the life of a person who is reaching out to you? Now, you touched on this, but I wonder if you have anything to add.
Yeah, I think there's some different stages. I think the first stage is knowing you need a change or knowing you need to find a job or change a job or something's going on and that you admit there has to be some kind of change. And I think some of us are stuck in that for a while. So I think before you get through that like acceptance that something has to change, it's hard to move forward. So but once you've done that, really looking at different options. A lot of times people have very limited options. I can be a teacher or a nurse, right? That's it. And there's so many options. And so really assessing what are your true options. Could you be an entrepreneur? Could you go back to school? What would it actually take? I could you work full time? Do you need to work full time? Like, what are all the options? And then from choosing the options, looking at what are we going to actually look at? Does it meet my needs? Does this job that I think I want have a salary that fits? Or is it even available in the town that I live in? Or can I really do that from home, or, really investigating what they're looking for before they start applying. And so I think most people jump from, I know I need to change, to I'm going to randomly apply with this old resume that doesn't accurately capture my strengths, skills, or abilities. And then I'm going to be really frustrated when it doesn't stick. I'm going to throw it out there and see what sticks, is what everybody tells me. And so I really take them through a much more methodical, I guess, methodical process to be proactive and to be intentional, to use your word. Love that.
Oh, I love that. And just increasing the options, I think that would increase hope. Like, this is not where you're
Absolutely.
going to get shoehorned into this new life that you didn't want. You have options. So I
Yes.
really love that. All right. And then the next question is, um, what are the likely results that a client will experience when they're working with you?
Yeah. Number one, knowing your strengths and being able to talk confidently about them. My business is called Communicating Strengths, and that is my number one priority, is that you can say with confidence some assets and strengths that you do have. And I think for, especially when you're going through a traumatic family experience, that's sometimes hard to do. So definitely, like, high dose of encouragement, and then teaching people what actually they can say with confidence about themselves. So that's a huge thing. Then getting some of those things in writing, in the form of their materials and online, and anywhere they need to use that. And then being able to, like you said, have more options. People always say, like, I have so many more options than I thought that I had. I felt stuck. So when people work with me, they stop feeling stuck because they see all the options that they have. And then, the best part is actually getting to that transition and actually landing in that job. And that's my absolute favorite celebration. Oh, I don't have it with me, but I have a coffee mugs that have people's strengths on them. And one of my favorite things to do is when somebody finishes working with me and they've got their new job, is to send them that coffee mug with their strengths on it when they're in their new job. And it's just a really fun reminder of the process that we've been through.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's amazing. Well, thanks so much for sharing. The last question I have for you is, how can someone reach you?
Oh, thank you so much. My website is communicatingstrengths.com. So there's a link for a free discovery call on there. Happy to meet with anyone who just wants to learn more about strengths-based career coaching, and this idea that you could actually work from your strengths and find a job that meets your needs. It is possible. I was one of the people that went through a huge transition when I had young kids and was in the middle of divorce, and everyone's path is different, but I'd be happy to help. So communicatingstrengths.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And I will be posting this on social media, and I will add that link if it's all right. And
Of course.
I really appreciate you being here today and sharing
Yes.
what you do as a strength-based career coach. And I look forward to seeing you again.